This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Optimize your nutrition with Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal service. Factor's fresh, never-frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. Choose from 40 weekly options across 8 dietary preferences, like Calorie Smart and Protein Plus. Factor's keto meals can help you lose up to 8 pounds in 8 weeks. Get started at factormeals.com/factor50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Weight loss with Factor Keto based on a randomized controlled clinical trial. Results will vary depending on diet and exercise.
You know, some people say that Odoo business management software is like fertilizer, the way it promotes growth and all. But other people say Odoo is like a magic beanstalk because it grows with your company and is also magically affordable. And there's some people who would even say Odoo's individual software programs come together to build the perfect suite like building blocks. Well, Odoo is all of these things. Fertilizer, magic beanstalk, building blocks for business. So sign up now at odoo.com, ODOO.com.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Beaverville. Come on in.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
It's Bob here. I got a question.
You'll be salivating when you see it.
I woke up yesterday morning with a spring in my step.
Start later, please.
I could never know what the day was.
Fast forward ahead.
Listen up. The ratings just came in for last month. We are #1. We just grabbed every key demographic.
Yeah.
Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang.
Yes.
Boy, that is good news.
It is the 20th day of March, 2025. Good morning, everybody. And welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show on a Thursday. Best day of the week. Tommy Olson, Ben Lieber. Are you kidding me? Cast 1,000. Plus, Mr. Jeffers, our favorite Minnesota Twin, will be joining us today as well. So let's not wait another second. Let's start her with some Jim Gaffigan comedy about spring. It is spring, ladies and gentlemen. Spring is here. Here we go. Come on in. I am glad you're here.
It's not always winter. There's spring. People love spring. That's a fun day. What a lie spring is, right? I spend the entire spring waiting for it to be spring, right? You're like, is it spring? No, it's snowing. Next day, is it spring? No, it's 90 degrees. I guess we miss those tiny white flowers.
I don't care.
I tracked her down.
Fate is on your side. You hear the distant thunder.
Someone's got to step up and be a daddy.
In your stride.
Go to completion.
Welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show. It is Thursday, March 20th of 2025. I think Jim Gaffigan kind of nailed it, Saucy. Is spring already over?
I don't know if it even happened yet.
Did it happen? Is it over?
Because in the South, it's like, they got like 10 inches of snow.
Yeah, I'm pretty glad we missed that because I didn't want to deal with that again, but I don't know, it's freezing, man. It was 70 a couple days ago, and now I'm wearing my winter coat again. That part blows. Yeah, let's get everybody situated. It's freezing.
Hi.
There's
Let's listen to the John Mulaney interview on Smartless.
Oh, is that the new one?
No, it's an older one.
Oh, an older one.
Yeah. Sometimes I get fed up with Smartless and I go away from it for a while. Because they were doing it with John Mulaney. I think John Mulaney was getting frustrated. John Mulaney's one of those comedians, I think, that if I met him, I wouldn't like him. He just seems,
really?
Yeah, he seems like, I think he's great. I'm a huge fan. But he seems very kind of...
above you?
Acerbic? Is that a word?
I don't know.
Anyway. But I was listening to Smartless, and I get frustrated because they talk over each other so much that there's no a straight line of conversation.
Rhythm.
Yeah, like Will be asking a question, and Sean will be like, "But wait a minute, don't you want to know?" And then they'll start yelling at each other, and you're like, "Wait, are you going to talk to the guest? Or are you just going to yell at each other?" I don't know. Do you listen to it anymore?
All the time. Love it.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Well, you're smarter than me.
No.
I can't follow the conversation most of the time. I really can't. I'm serious. I'm being honest. It drives me crazy. I was listening. I'm like, are they ever going to ask Mulaney a question? Ever?
Yeah, I don't remember that one specifically. If it's an old one.
They for some reason re-released it. So Mulaney might have something new coming out.
Oh, well, yeah. He's got that. I think it started last night. That live show on Netflix.
Yeah.
I don't know the format. I just know is it some kind of a live talk show? Is that what it is?
Yeah, exactly. I forgot that was happening last night. Dang, I was going to watch that. I forgot.
Don't know what it is.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it.
Acerbic. Asterbic.
It's a cool name for a band.
Sharply or bitingly critical.
Oh.
There you go. That's what I was being.
Good word.
That's what I was being. Man, the words get in there. You listen to books.
Yeah, good word.
And the words get in there. You might not know what they mean, but they in there.
Yeah, that's a great word.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. I hate to blow my best stuff in the very first segment of the show.
Just blow your stuff,
blow your stuff. It normally doesn't take you this long.
So you know that one guy who's on that one show where he's a baseball pitcher and he goes to Mexico?
Danny McBride from Eastbound and Down.
That's it, right. So he's got that other show about the preacher family.
Righteous
Gemstones with Adam Devine and John Goodman.
Another show that I only sort of like. John Goodman, right, yeah. I only sort of like it. But I saw that there was a making of documentary of the first episode of this season, and it was Bradley Cooper.
Doing the documentary? What do you mean?
No, he was the actor.
He's in the first episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you seen it, Saucy?
No, but I saw what you're talking about, yeah.
Damn, man, let me tell you, it was directed and written by Danny McBride, who, by the way, I think quietly is a freaking genius. Not just a funny guy. I think he might be like a genius.
Sauce hates him.
Not anymore.
Oh, really?
Nah.
I missed the whole that era.
I never really liked Eastbound and Down. I never got into it.
Well, Creasel's done with you.
Yeah, no,
I thought it was great. I liked that show a lot.
Day one. But yeah, no, he's the scene in the movie where they all play themselves and he's like, yeah, I cranked it everywhere in this house.
Dude,
is fall down funny.
That's
oh
the
my
end.
God, yeah.
Yeah, this is the end.
Great film.
Great film.
We saw that together.
Great film.
Yeah.
So in the first episode of season 4, and I would encourage you, by the way, because this is, I don't watch any other episode of the show. Just watch season 4, episode 1, Bradley Cooper. And so the Righteous Gemstones are a family of preachers who are basically the worst people on earth, but they make a lot of money because they're preachers.
Like the Osteens.
Okay.
Yes.
But, Bradley Cooper is the first gemstone. And this is during Civil War.
Oh, so they do a flashback?
They do a flashback, but they don't even talk about it. They don't even mention, hey, this is the very first gemstone. Mm-hmm. The episode just starts and there's Bradley Cooper in a church, right? But he's not a preacher. And let me tell you, it is 38 minutes of brilliant, not funny at all, television. Bradley Cooper is unbelievable. And the camera work is so good that I noticed it. Because I'm used to watching this show and thinking, this is pretty dumb. Why am I watching this? Right? Mm-hmm. He is so good. And my God, it is so touching at the end. And he does some terrible things during the Civil War, which is saying something. But the concept is Bradley Cooper is, you don't know who he is or why he is, but he's in a church and he steals from the church. And as he's stealing from the church, this Civil War rebel, what do you call a troop comes up, and they're like, "We need a preacher. You're the preacher." And he's like, "I don't want to do that." And they're like, "You're doing it." And so he's not really a preacher. They think he is because he's robbing the church. And then he goes off to these battles with these soldiers, and you think, well, this is going to be his. He's going to come around. And he's going to find God. No, he still is him until the very end. It's great. It's 38 minutes of brilliant. It could have been an entire movie. They may make a movie of this character with Bradley Cooper playing this movie. It's so good. For 38 minutes, I was wrapped up in the show.
Well, worth putting up with the other 3 seasons of mediocrity then, because you seem like you don't love the rest of it, but worth it then.
I stayed for episode 2, and it was a regular episode of the show, and I watched half of it and turned it off.
Really?
Yeah. It's not terrible. After watching that first episode of season 4, I was so taken aback by how great it was. I was really let down by episode 2.
Yeah.
Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Dude, this first episode with Bradley Cooper, you can't believe it. I can't believe what I saw. It's so good. So I encourage you to watch it. 38 minutes on, what is it?
HBO,
Max,
right?
Yeah, Max. That's right, yeah. Hard to remember that, right? But anyway, there you go. So that's my top story of the day. Watch the first episode, season 4 of Righteous Gemstones.
All right, I'll do that. Yeah, one of the radio shows that I listened to, they were talking about it, and they titled the first the hour of their podcast after it, and it was just called Jetpacks and D Word.
Brilliant.
That's the second episode. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Because there's this actor who's not one of the Gemstones. Well, I guess he is. He's an uncle, but he's got such a striking face that he's been in a million things, but I don't have any idea what his name is.
It's not Walter Goggins, right? That
Walter
guy?
Goggins.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's one of the main characters in White Lotus this season.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
wow.
that's right. I did see that right.
He doubled up on them.
Well, do you want to see how big his penis is?
Wait, you see it?
For about 5 minutes.
Wow.
And he stands there and shakes it at him. And it looks like he has one nut, by the way. I had to stop it for a second because I'm like, does he have one nut? It looks like a single nut. Pretty big penis. Congratulations to that gentleman. And he's standing there in front of his niece and nephews who are adult people. And he's like, this is what one looks like. You guys got to see this. This is what a penis looks like. And he's standing there the whole time. You're like, that's a very impressive penis on that man. Which you got to have an impressive penis to do this.
Yeah, if you're willing to do that, you got to.
So
you write it into the script at that point.
I'm not showing you my thumb penis.
Are you and I reading between the lines here? Chris stopped and had to really take in the 5-minute penis scene, but then he turned off the show.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's I mean,
right.
Yeah.
When you see a Ferrari drive down the road, you got to look at it.
Yeah.
I know what I'm saying, but then he stopped watching.
Well, listen, I'm I don't know if you guys have noticed this. I'm a heterosexual man.
Oh, okay.
I have a very healthy relationship with sex. But if Brad Pitt's standing in front of me naked, I'm going to take a gander. I want to see what that thing looks like. I can't help it.
I guess what I'm asking is if, I don't know, I'm just going to pick the first name that comes to my head. Let's say Tommy said he turned the show halfway off. I'd say, well, he's probably done.
Yeah. He's smoking cigarettes by now.
Yeah.
And contemplating going to get Culver's.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
A lot of it.
God, I want ice
hot
cream.
dogs.
Yeah. Big old penis.
That dude's a good actor, man.
Yeah, he
Walter
is.
Goggins is a very underrated actor, and it's a name that, like you just said, it's a name that not a lot of people know. He's kind of an under the radar.
He's having a moment, though.
He is having a moment.
Sure.
He looks like
Fallout. He was the lead guy in Fallout too, right?
Wasn't that terrible?
No, a lot of people
I
love
heard
that
it was good.
show, yeah.
What is Fallout?
What's
After the video game.
Oh, I don't think I saw
Is
that.
that the
on
movie
Amazon
with
Prime.
Kevin Hart?
No, that was Borderlands.
Oh, that was terrible.
That was terrible.
Yeah. What was the show that we showed everybody in the building and Maya got talked to about it, that the guy had the massive penis?
Yeah, what show was that? Man, because I don't think I watched the show. I just saw that gentleman's
and we
wanker.
showed everybody.
I don't know.
Damn, it was enormous. That was impressive.
Yeah.
Highway to Heaven with Michael Landon.
Oh, that was it?
See, I was going to say a different Mike. I was going to say Little House on the Prairie.
They show Wiener in that?
Sure.
Oh.
Walter Goggins looks like he's already in a scary movie, and he's just he's on the red carpet.
Prepared for it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he does have, again, there's a lot of, like, John Lithgow is one of them, right? He's just got the face of a bad guy, right?
Yeah.
Christopher Lee, same way, right? That's why he's the bad guy in almost every movie he was in. Goggins has the face of all right, he's going to be a drug dealer.
Yeah.
He's going to be a swindler.
Yeah.
He's
going to
be
a deal with the devil.
Yeah, he's going to be nefarious in whatever he's in.
He was in Justified.
Yeah,
he was the main bad guy.
Fallout, Justified, Hateful Eight, Sons of Anarchy, Django Unchained, The Shield. So yeah, he's typecast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like a bad guy.
And he's got a huge dong.
Oh.
Just enormous.
Wasn't he the guy that was going to cut off Django's dong?
Oh,
I don't remember. Maybe
Django out-donged him.
Yeah.
This is the first time he couldn't handle it.
You can't have that.
This has never happened to me
You can't
before.
have that. And his teeth, I thought in the Righteous Gemstones that he was wearing fake teeth. Those are his real teeth.
Yeah, his two front teeth were knocked out as a kid. That's what I read.
Jesus, are you writing a bio over there?
No, I just
Ken
Googled
Burns,
him.
everybody.
I just Googled him, and that was the first thing is what happened to Walter Goggins' teeth?
I thought for sure that was a fake. I thought it was part of the bit on Righteous Gemstones. Wow. There you go.
Some big old teeth.
This is your Walter Goggins penis leader.
Yeah.
You got to see it. And Max is probably going to go NBD.
Yeah.
Light work.
Hawk, Tommy, and I will be amazed.
Was it cold?
By it.
Where is Tommy?
I don't know. I thought I'd be an old sumbitch by now.
Here.
I wonder if he's in the parking lot watching Righteous Gemstones.
Sure
I'm going to put it up on my screen just so when he walks in, it's the first thing he sees. What did we say it was on? Hulu?
Max.
Max.
Yeah, Max.
That's right. Why am I having such a hard time remembering?
It's all right. That's the only streaming system I don't have. Service, not system.
You should have it.
Yeah, it's got some good stuff. It's got every episode of South Park.
Yeah, which is A+.
Would you like my password?
Sure. I think I have it saved.
It's Walter Goggins has a nice dong.
Yeah.
91.
Yeah. That's your password?
Yeah, not because of a year. He was just the 91st person to think that.
That's a lot. Yep. Wait, is that your password or your screen name?
Yes.
Okay, it's both? That's probably not allowed. Yeah. You know, when it comes to passwords now and they have that option where they pick it and it's like 17 letters, I just do that.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I've never done that.
How do you remember it? You just save it?
The FaceTime on your iPhone saves it. And then when you go into it, so I just do that now. Because I've used so many different things that it now is like
and
you've
so
used
many
that.
Names.
You've used that. So I just do the random bit now.
It's probably safer, right, to have it that way.
And then every time I get like hey, this password may have been breached, I just go, next, move on. I don't care. Unless it's my bank account, I don't care. You can watch all the Netflix you want on my dime.
I'm going to.
Yeah, you could.
I'm going to watch that John Mulaney show on your dime.
Well, I mean, go ahead. I think Netflix is now like $70 a month.
Worth it.
I don't even know what I pay for anything. I really don't.
I don't care. Can you play that again?
I don't care.
I love that lady.
Did anybody see my little meep downstairs? Did anybody see meep?
No,
I didn't see it.
It's down there.
Did you get a new one? Did you buy the other one?
No, I decided against it.
Well, that's kind of you.
I don't.
I mean, in a good way. You let that person keep their car.
Well, it's a dealership.
It's a what?
Dealership.
You said dillo something.
It's a dildo ship.
I did see it, and what's funny is even though motorcycle parking is not a thing yet because it's not officially summer, Chris did park in the motorcycle only spot, which is a normal sized parking spot. But it is funny that your vehicle is not that much bigger than a motorcycle, and it's in the motorcycle parking spot.
Do they think like the Hells Angels work here?
I know. Why do they have 37 spots for motorcycles in a parking ramp? And
Sex life. It's sex life.
Oh,
sex life.
Jesus, he knew it.
He remembers.
Well, I'm sure he's watched it 1,000 times.
He comes in. He remembers.
Tommy, your thoughts?
Okay. No, Cord, do you know when you're talking about the big hog that we couldn't remember the show?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sex life.
Got it.
Why do you remember it?
With the hot dudes?
Your mic's on.
You know we're not at break, right?
Yeah, we're on the air.
No. Okay. More of the Power Power Trip Morning Show after this.
Ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Meet Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal service. Factor's fresh, never-frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. Their chefs handle the shopping and chopping, delivering fresh, fully cooked meals to your door. All you have to do is heat and enjoy. Choose from 40 weekly options across 8 dietary preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. And if you're looking to lose weight, Factor's keto meals can help you lose up to 8 pounds in 8 weeks. Savor nutritious premium meals no matter how busy life gets. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factor50off and use code factor50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Weight loss with Factor Keto based on a randomized controlled clinical trial. Results will vary depending on diet and exercise.
How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1, go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2, collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3, play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4, unleash your excitement.
Woohoo!
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
PayPal lets you pay all your pals, like your graduation gifters.
Who's paying for the mattress topper?
You mean the beanbag chair?
Aren't we getting a mini fridge?
Can we create a pool on PayPal? It lets us collect the money before we buy.
Ooh, yes, that's smart.
Glad we can agree on something.
Easily pool, split, and send money with PayPal. Get started in the PayPal app. A PayPal account is required to send and receive money. A balance account is required to create a pool.
Struggling to get out of bed? It might be time for an upgrade. Lisa makes exceptionally comfortable mattresses designed for every body and budget. But what truly sets them apart is their commitment to giving back. Since 2015, they've donated over 41,000 mattresses nationwide. Elevate your sleep and your space with Lisa. Go to lisa.com for 20% off their award-winning mattresses, plus an extra $50 off with promo code IHEART. That's LEESA.com. Promo code IHEART for an extra $50 off.
All right, Tommy's still standing up in there. He hadn't sat down.
He's talking wiener.
Yeah, no, we're mostly talking gambling, actually.
Oh, yeah, it is gambling, right, Toms?
It sure is.
You got to inspect that shaft.
Toms, can you say what you just said off the air? That's terrible, right?
My
you
first
hit rock
Vegas
bottom
story?
in Vegas.
Yeah. This is when I was on someone's bachelor party. I won't say who it was. And we were gambling all day. So didn't know to take money there before you go.
Right.
So you just kind of show up.
To
First
avoid
time
the
ever.
fees, right?
Right.
Bring cash. So you don't have to pay an exorbitant amount, whether it's the ATM or through the casino, right? You bring the cash.
And, Cora, I've never had a big boy job. This is when I started as medical sales. So, I finally was getting paychecks, and I was living at home.
So you had cash.
I felt like a millionaire. I had no bills. Just living with my mom and dad. I was like, this is the dream. So then I got a credit card, and I had a debit card. And growing up, never knew how any of that worked. Just figured it out. And went to Vegas, spent all the money, and was taking cash out of the ATM. Go to Spearmint Rhino.
The strip club.
Dear God, now it's on.
Now it's on.
You can't afford that, dog.
No, but Hogs Daddy, you don't know. You think you're going to the VU for $20.
I know. You can't afford that, dude.
First girl walks out to me.
Yeah.
You're like, gone. Let's go. Grab the batch. Ew. No.
You look like Tracy Morgan in there.
Yeah. Grab the Bachelor. We go upstairs or whatever you do, back room, whatever. And we're just getting lap dances, and you think you're so cool at 22. Give them the card.
Oh, my God, dude.
Oh, Tommy.
Oh, man.
The bouncer walks back and says, declined.
Oh, dude, you're in trouble.
That's my debit card. So I'm like, okay, well, ran out of cash. That's fun. Don't know what that means.
I don't care.
Give him my credit card. That holds us over. We're about an hour in.
Oh, God dang, dude.
He comes back and said it's been maxed out, or because I was so young, I didn't have a good credit limit, I'm guessing.
Sure.
Or my dad had set up X amount. He goes, declined. And immediately, the two girls get up, walk away.
As they should.
And I'm stuck. I'm supposed to be. Do you know how you want to leave Vegas? We have a full another day.
Oh, God.
And both my cards are maxed out. And
I don't care.
I don't know what that means. I've never been in this situation. I didn't know what it meant. And then I went on the worst edible trip of my life the next day. It was terrible times. Horrible
times. Why'd you
times.
ever go back?
It's Vegas.
Well, for me, here's the part of the story that you left out that we were asking about.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Is the cash advance part. So you're rock bottom, you're out of money, and then what happened?
Well, that's the credit card thing, because I was just like, here's my credit card. And they were taking the cash advance out. So whatever that was, let's call it $1,000, $500, whatever it was. It was a 33%
rate. So you had to pay $333 to get $1,000.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What a waste of money.
I said, that's great. They're my brothers. They love me.
Oh, the casino just loves that.
Some people would argue it was a waste, but some people would say, man, it was worth it.
Yeah. So you didn't win all your money back. You just blew that money as well?
Oh, yeah. It was gone. That flight home was one of the worst experiences.
I'm very aroused.
Oh, well. Yeah.
Yeah, because the next day was a lot of my friends are good at the weed, and I'm not good at weed.
Yeah. You can't win that money back.
We are drugged out.
And they were doing, that's when, before we had, any sort of edibles here. So we did edibles there, and that was a nightmare.
Ugh.
Oh, bless you.
Took me 2 hours to get home from Bellagio to Planet Hollywood, and you guys know how quick that is.
Yeah.
Sat on the floor. On the ground, crying.
Because I was drugged out, bro.
Yeah.
Apologizing to people in your group or just random people?
Both.
I don't care.
Oh, that lady didn't like it.
Care.
It was awful. But, man, it was fun.
When was the last time you were in Las Vegas?
I was just talking to Shmuel about it. It was when I came back here and told a 45-minute pointless story about the trip.
Oh, yeah. Go to church. Great.
I think it was a 3-segment story. So that's when I cried when we landed. Took the red eye home and had to do an 8 o'clock meeting in the morning. That was fun.
I do love the crying while landing part of the story.
Seems like you in Vegas and crying. Go hand in hand.
Sure does. I'm not kidding. The one time I've ever won was Suave.
Yeah.
It was an unbelievable roulette run.
Hello.
When the sports gambling we
the sports it was the same trip.
Yeah,
that's where we're running around
crushed.
in Bellagio.
Yeah,
could you imagine seeing just big, massive dudes running routes about 0.4 at Bellagio?
Yeah, I can.
One guy yelling huddle.
And then we take knees. That was a funny bit. We all make this massive plan. Dom audibles to take a knee.
We are drugged out.
Why is the quarterback wearing a throwback Sean Kemp jersey?
Little did you know security had the sniper just trained on you, ready to go.
So good. When was the last time you guys been?
Out.
December.
Last week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah, all you guys have been there pretty recent.
Yeah, last November, yeah.
God, I do want to go back.
You sure?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't care if a bottle of water is $90. It pisses me off, but it's not going to stop me from going.
Right. I saw
don't care.
someone tweeting about Pinup, that pizza place?
Yeah.
Yeah, right outside of Planet Hollywood.
Yeah, so
or inside, I guess, technically, the sports book.
Yeah, it was $20 or something for 2 slices of pie and a pop. Now it's 28 or something.
Yeah, but dude, again, when you're smashed on Jägermeister, you're like,
I don't care.
Yeah, well played.
Give me
You
the
sound
pizza.
just
So,
like
Tommy,
that.
so you and Shmuel are hungry. You're at Pinup Pizza, right? And now it's $28. You know what you say?
Utah, give me 2.
I'm not kidding. You have to. You know how fast a $100 bill out there is $20 here. It's insane. But you can't find a roulette table under $25 minimum anywhere.
Murdering bull.
And then, of course, the comeback is, why would you want to play roulette for under $25 to spend? Let's go!
Well, that's the other thing.
Let's go! God, I love roulette.
That's how you max out your credit card and you're broke.
Roulette is the only game I spend money on that's not poker.
Corey, that might be the one thing
Roulette's
we
the
agree
best.
on. I am obsessed with roulette.
man, I'll
I've
tell
only
you
played
what.
it once.
When you guys walked into that strip club,
No.
the bouncers were like, those guys don't have the money to be here.
No.
Run their card every 10 minutes.
Yes, correct.
We were 22-year-old kids that literally, like when a guy goes, 2 bottles and a limo service to whatever.
For free. And you're like, what? For free?
Yeah, that's how they do it.
God.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? You're like, we were going to go anyways, but now we get bottles.
We'd be stupid not to. So, do you remember how much between your debit card and your credit card that got maxed out before you got the cash advance? Do you remember how much you spent at the strip club?
It was a $500. Well, because this is brand new. Just brand new cards.
Right. So you don't have very high limits. So maybe 500 on the debit card, maybe 1,000 on the card.
And it was $2,000 on the credit card.
So $2,500, almost all of that at the strip club.
The credit card was
all at the strip club.
Majority.
So, but wait a minute though. But isn't some of that your buddy's responsibility? Did you guys split it in multiple ways?
You called it though, right? You were like, I got this.
Yeah. Well, it was. I can't really say it was. Someone's
for a bachelor party.
Yeah,
so you were picking up the tab for that guy.
Yeah,
got it. So most of that or all of that ended up on you.
Yeah, but which I wanted it to though.
Sure.
Because not all of us had a job yet. That was the other thing.
You guys walked in and it was like,
yeah.
Couple of hicks from Minnesota. We're going to get every dime they have.
Like the spot you're looking for, a guy in the backwards hat, down the block with you.
But the worst part was
ask for Bruce.
We went in. Everyone else was smart. They left within a half hour, and we were there till it closed.
Oh my God!
My God! Do they close?
Well, we walked home at like 7 a.m.
They closed the door on him.
Well, you guys, I didn't have enough money to order an Uber, so we were out in desert land. And
you guys experienced the right after college version of Varsity Blues. The walking
100%.
out of the strip club at 7 a.m, going, "What did we just do?"
Home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's night walkers out in the morning.
Oh, I know.
You couldn't afford those.
No.
You tried.
Thought about it.
Actually, you might earn a little money. You had to earn your way home.
You guys got a card reader?
Ace, gas, or grass. Nobody rides for free, brother.
What does it say about me? Not even the strip club part, just the losing money. Well, I want to go to Vegas now since you've been talking about it.
Yeah, same.
Now I got that itch. Got that itch. I want to go waste money in Vegas.
I love that spot.
Front page sports is next. Here's the deal. Tommy Olson is here already. Ben Lieber will be here in like 30 minutes. Parker Fox coming in later. Ryan Jeffers at 8:40, a little bit later today than normal, but still, I don't know if we're going to talk to him next Friday or next Thursday because it's the season opener, but this might be our last chance to talk to Ryan Jeffers for a while, so super good dude. Why not? Let's run that back at 8:40 and see what happens. Front page sports after this on The Fan.
Ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Meet Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal service. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. Their chefs handle the shopping and chopping, delivering fresh, fully cooked meals to your door. All you have to do is heat and enjoy. Choose from 40 weekly options across 8 dietary preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. And if you're looking to lose weight, Factor's keto meals can help you lose up to 8 pounds in 8 weeks. Savor nutritious premium meals no matter how busy life gets. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factor50off and use code FACTOR50OFF to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Weight loss with Factor Keto based on a randomized controlled clinical trial. Results will vary depending on diet and exercise.
PayPal lets you pay all your pals, like your graduation gifters.
Who's paying for the mattress topper?
You mean the beanbag chair?
Aren't we getting a mini fridge?
Can we create a pool on PayPal? It lets us collect the money before we buy.
Ooh, yes, that's smart.
Glad we can agree on something.
Easily pool, split, and send money with PayPal. Get started in the PayPal app. A PayPal account is required to send and receive money. A balance account is required to create a pool.
Struggling to get out of bed? It might be time for an upgrade. Lisa makes exceptionally comfortable mattresses designed for every body and budget. But what truly sets them apart is their commitment to giving back. Since 2015, they've donated over 41,000 mattresses nationwide. Elevate your sleep and your space with Lisa. Go to lisa.com for 20% off their award-winning mattresses, plus an extra $50 off with promo code IHEART. That's LEESA.com, promo code IHEART for an extra $50 off.
When it comes to playtime, never let your squad down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. push your gameplay beyond performance with 13th Gen Intel Core processors. Upgrade to smooth, high-quality streaming with Intel Wi-Fi 6E. And maximize game performance with enhanced overclocking. Win the tech search and head to Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
All right, good morning, everybody. It was a small town bar. Cover band, small town stars. Tommy Olson was there. Long drinks served in mason jars. Good friends, my girl and me, and Tommy Olson, naked from the waist down.
Always.
Yeah. Maxed out his credit card, so he's got to find a way home.
I don't care.
I know. You don't care.
All right, let's do front page sports. We got a lot to get to. Some good news, some not good news.
Front Page Sports, presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Yeah, shout out to Holiday. Bakery meal deals in effect this morning. Hi, Joker. If you want a couple of ring donuts and a medium hot coffee, get that bakery meal deal at Holiday.
You know
this morning.
You know, there's one thing I've never done: dipped donuts into hot coffee.
Yeah, some
done it.
people do that.
Yeah,
I don't do
that's
that
like
either.
that's a thing.
Big thing.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
That's a
That
thing.
sounds gross. Why
Done
would I
hot
want
chocolate? Hot chocolate's fire.
Hot chocolate is
hot chocolate is
Look,
great.
this is not a euphemism. This isn't a euphemism, but I don't want my donut wet. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
agree to
I'm more of a
disagree.
Long John guy, to be honest.
Yeah, you want that wet as possible.
I want
Cream
that
filled?
Oh yeah, all of it.
Extra cream, please.
I don't know.
Oozing.
How about the following sentence? I don't know. I blacked out and my donut's wet.
Oh.
The Vikings signed wide receiver Rondale Moore. Kind of an interesting signing out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So Rondale Moore from Purdue. You probably watched him a lot back in the day, Tommy Olson.
Is he 31?
No, he's 24 years old.
Young kid, man. Yeah,
Different
yeah.
guy.
He's like 5'7", not a big dude.
5'7", 181.
Yeah.
Missed all of last year because he got hurt during a joint practice when he was with the Falcons. Never played for the Falcons because he played 3 seasons with Arizona. Got hurt and missed the entire year. Second round pick, but so far completely underwhelming. 3 receiving touchdowns and 135 catches in 3 seasons. But they got to have a third or fourth receiver, right? Brandon Powell's not signed. I don't know what they're going to do with Jalen Naylor. So maybe the third or fourth wide receiver, Rondale Moore.
You guys, he was Mr. Everything at Purdue. Everything.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's the kid. Yeah.
Right.
He was so good. You guys, he might be better than Powell. He might be a perfect third. On
We'll
to the
see.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Put your hand down.
Keep adding pieces.
Sauce, we didn't really
He's
talk about this,
perfect.
but once Cooper Kupp signed with Seattle and you saw the numbers,
Yeah.
what would you have thought about paying Cooper Kupp? What was it, 3 years, $45 million?
You can't pay a third wide receiver that unless you
Trade Addison.
Unless your plan was to secure Cup and then immediately turn around and trade Addison, but because Addison is going to be out for possibly 3 games. That's why, and I know you didn't ask this, but I like talking about it. That's why you can't rule out wide receiver in the draft. Because I don't think...
Well, you don't draft, though, for 3 games.
No, I know, but I don't think they're going to keep Addison long term. I think they're going to move on from him.
You think so?
Yeah.
Whoa, why?
Yeah. I just... I've heard some things from people I trust that
he's a pain in the ass.
there may have been a little quit in a couple of those last 2 games when it wasn't going his way. I think that, I think they're going to move on. So don't rule out wide receiver at pick 24.
Honestly, throw Rondale Moore in, and then we get Powell, and then who's the other guy?
Well, Jalen Naylor.
Yeah. Naylor, yeah.
That's fine right there. That's how good. I think Rondale Moore is going to shock us. That's how good.
We got a tight end as well.
And a tight end. Yeah, we got some dogs.
Yeah, they have a good team, man. It's a good team on paper.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Former Viking offensive tackle Cam Robinson is going to the Houston Texans on a 1-year deal worth up to $14.5 million.
Here he is.
I got bronchitis.
Oh, he's not feeling well. He ain't got time for it, guys.
I don't really want my tackle to have bronchitis.
That'd be
like
tough.
Season's a long way off.
Yeah.
Another former Viking, speaking of the Houston Texans, Danielle Hunter agreed to a 1-year, $35.6 million extension. Last year when he signed with the Texans, it was 2 years, 49, but now they added another year. I think 12 of that comes to him this year. So they're moving money around. So he's getting a bump this year and more money on the back end. So more money for Daniil.
Yeah.
Here's Daniil.
Hello.
Oh.
Daniil's a beast, but and this is not just because he's a friend of the show now, but Daniil's a beast. But man, Grenard is younger and cheaper, and arguably 100%. Just as good.
Both him and Van Ginkel make like $2 million less than Daniil Hunter makes this year.
You mean combined?
Combined, yep.
Come on. Well, and Daniil has to have his hand in the ground. That's his strength, and those two don't.
Grenard's a beast.
Yeah.
Big fan of that dude.
He's so good and such a great dude.
Minnesota Timberwolves blew a 14-point first-half lead. They were trailing by halftime to the terrible Pelicans of New Orleans.
Boom.
And they lose 119-115. That is just the 7th road win of the year for the Pelicans. They only win 1 out of every 5 road games, but this was one of them. They are 19-51, and the Wolves lost to them. They play again tomorrow night at Target Center, same 2 teams. I watched a good chunk of that game. I don't know why.
It was
I had nothing else to do.
Cray.
Yeah, it was.
It truly came down to that, 5 or so minute stretch in the second quarter. The Wolves were kicking their ass and then just let off the gas for about 5 minutes. And the Pelicans went on a giant run and wiped away that 14-point lead. Boom. And then most of the rest of the game, it was back and forth.
Yeah.
But that was it. They just, Max, they keep saying too, right? Even Chris Finch has said, they want every game to be taken seriously. And the Wolves, for whatever reason, when they played the Denver Nuggets of the world, bring their A game and can beat the best of the best.
Right.
But then they let off the gas when they shouldn't. And that 5-minute stretch cost them a win against the freaking Pelicans.
Nah, I'm not.
What are you doing?
One of the worst teams in the NBA.
They lost by 46 in their last game. 46.
The Pelicans did?
The Pelicans.
Yeah.
And you lose to that. I mean, Ant, as you just said, Court, if it's a Friday night game against Denver, he's up for it. They lollygag when they play bad teams.
What are you going to do?
That was embarrassing.
And it was one of those games, too, where Zion looked like Zion's always supposed to look.
Yeah.
Like, there were times he looked unstoppable. And when he's going full-blown freight train mode, it was... when the dude in Mighty Ducks launches the slap shot and everybody dives out of the way?
Best ever.
There were a couple times Zion was driving, and it looked like the Wolves were like, I ain't standing in front of that.
What?
That guy's 900 pounds. He's going to crush me. So they would just move out of his way and let him, get layups.
He's pudgy.
He's a train.
Yeah, these losses didn't happen last year.
No, they got up against the bad teams last year, and there's a handful of losses this season that they're going to look back on, especially considering how close the Western Conference standings are. That they're going to be like, damn, we should have had that.
But Maxie, I think we got to stay positive because we're still learning with this squad.
For sure.
I think if they just dial it in by
they've won 8 of their last 10.
But losing to the Pacers and then the Pelicans is terrible.
Those are really bad
you should
losses.
beat those teams by 15.
And now all of a sudden you're the 8th seed in the Western Conference. Like, they're firmly in the play-in. They're not going to not be in the play-in. They would something.
What if they lose the play-in?
It would be a disaster. It would be
That'd be awful, right?
And if it stands right now, then they're going to LA in that brand new arena which is everybody says is crazy. So they went from having a home game and maybe possibly being out of the play-in, and then you lose yesterday's game against one of the worst teams in the NBA, and now you're the 8th seed, and you might have to go on the road against LA. And then, if you lose, then even if you win, you still have to play the Oklahoma City.
They're going to win by double digits tomorrow.
I hope so.
They're gonna buckle down and just completely destroy them tomorrow. And Zion will be like, eating nachos by the third quarter.
Yeah. He will do anything.
The opposite side of that, while the Wolves were still battling the end of the Pelicans game, the Wild scored 3 goals in the first 4 minutes and 29 seconds of the game. They go on to win 4-0 against the Kraken, but all of the ones that mattered right off the bat, 4:29 in, they were already up 3-0. So the Wild win 4-0 over the Kraken. 2 goals for Boldy. They host Buffalo Saturday at 1.
Boom.
Cora, I got a stat.
And a dramatic sip. Love it.
Yeah.
You've learned from
I'm
the
learning.
best.
Yeah. It's a Gopher football stat. So, and it's relevant.
Boom.
Go on.
So they had their pro day yesterday, and they had a record number of players at their NFL pro day, from the Gophers doing it. And then there were 73 NFL team personnel and attendance. The Gophers aim for their 6th straight NFL draft with a first or second round pick. The only other teams to do it. Can you guys guess?
Alabama.
Yep.
Georgia.
Georgia.
Michigan.
One more.
Michigan.
Nope.
Ohio State.
Ohio State. And
Boom.
the Gophs.
Wow.
Pretty good company.
Boom.
Way to go, PJ.
Yeah, they're getting talent.
I did see our guy Dragan Kesic bomb a couple of ones
65?
Yeah,
65er.
Good
it's
for
his
him.
DNA. You know, even the best of the best, right? Unless you're Will Reichert, even the best of the best. Most times we don't have a kicker get drafted, but that's not necessarily what he's going for. I'm sure he wants to get drafted, but just keep bombing him and then have 5 teams line up for your services as soon as the draft's over.
Oh.
He's the reason.
He is.
That's always in his eyes.
Didn't the combine go really well for him too?
Yeah.
Isn't that what we heard, that he kind of kicked it really well there too?
Yeah.
He's not perfect.
Well, I'm not asking for him to be perfect. That's unrealistic.
Punt.
No,
Whoa.
he's a kicker, you
Another
dumbass.
punt.
Whoa.
God.
Oh, relax.
Peel back the onion.
Oh.
Please
With
do.
Max. With Max.
What's up, PJ? We are 5 hours away from the real
Let's
start
go.
of the NCAA tournament. The first game starts at 11:15 this morning. Louisville versus Creighton at 11:15. That is an 8-9 game. That's the first one.
We know that.
Drunken Scotties play at 12:30 against Montana. That's a 3-14 game.
That's great.
Montana made it?
Drunken Scotties are a 3. Montana's a 4. 14, excuse me.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for Montana. Man, would that be great if they upset Wisconsin?
That would be fantastic.
Heartbroken.
Wow.
So, Sauce asked you off the air, are you doing core versus Ford? And you said you have a new spin. You have a different
I got an
idea.
angle.
What do you got?
If you give me one team, will you give me 1 to 10 odds? My 100 versus your 1,000.
Well, no, because a couple of the teams are like plus 450.
So what does that mean?
It'd be like my 4.5 to your 1.
Okay.
Why? You're convinced that like Florida or Duke is going to do it? Which one?
I will take Florida if you do 1 to 4.5 odds.
Hang on, let me see what the actual numbers
I have them
are.
right here.
What's Florida's odds?
Florida is currently on your favorite website, Core DraftKings. They are plus 380.
100%.
Okay, so I'll do 380.
To my 100?
Sure.
Book it, Danny.
Good bet. That team's a wagon.
You're just that convinced they're going to do it?
Wagon, yeah.
I was listening to some Florida talk show. I don't know what it was. Took a deep dive.
Yeah, little South Beach radio.
South Bitch Live.
Was this a YouTube podcast? Video podcast?
No, and they were comparing this team to like the Joakim Noah team when they were that
With
stacked.
Corey Brewer and Al Horford and all
Remember
that
how
stuff.
good they were?
Oh, they were super good.
Yeah.
That got outshined by the Tebow era. Like that was the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won back to back. And that's one of the reasons why the Wolves drafted Corey Brewer. He was a winner that could dunk.
And a
We have
great
a lot of
dude.
data.
Corey Brewer's a good dude.
You cool with that, Corey? That bet?
Yeah, so you're 100 to my 380.
Yeah, that's cool.
They're
If Florida wins, I owe you 380.
Yeah.
They're 28.5 point favorites tomorrow against Norfolk State.
Go Norfolk State!
They're minus 9,000 on the money line.
Oh my God. No, go Montana. Go Grizzly today. I hope they beat Wisconsin.
So that's just, that's not core versus 4. That's just core versus 1. Let's
I got
go.
Lieber's in.
He might be. Our bet's falling apart.
Yeah.
Can I do 4 too? Or is that totally...
Separate bet, you mean?
Yeah, separate bet.
Just for the 100?
Of course.
Yeah, I don't care. Sure.
Okay, can you give me the break just to kind of look around?
Sure,
Yeah, I'll show you right here.
Okay.
Just do what I did.
Okay.
What really matters is next on The Fan.
Ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Meet Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal service. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. Their chefs handle the shopping and chopping, delivering fresh, fully cooked meals to your door. All you have to do is heat and enjoy. Choose from 40 weekly options across 8 dietary preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. And if you're looking to lose weight, Factor's keto meals can help you lose up to 8 pounds in 8 weeks. Savor nutritious premium meals no matter how busy life gets. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factor50off and use code factor50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Weight loss with Factor Keto based on a randomized controlled clinical trial. Results will vary depending on diet and exercise.
PayPal lets you pay all your pals, like your graduation gifters.
Who's paying for the mattress topper?
You mean the beanbag chair?
Aren't we getting a mini fridge?
Can we create a pool on PayPal? It lets us collect the money before we buy.
Ooh, yes, that's smart.
Glad we can agree on something.
Easily pool, split, and send money with PayPal. Get started in the PayPal app. A PayPal account is required to send and receive money. A balance account is required to create a pool.
Struggling to get out of bed? It might be time for an upgrade. Lisa makes exceptionally comfortable mattresses designed for every body and budget. But what truly sets them apart is their commitment to giving back. Since 2015, they've donated over 41,000 mattresses nationwide. Elevate your sleep in your space with Lisa. Go to lisa.com for 20% off their award-winning mattresses, plus an extra $50 off with promo code IHEART. That's LEESA.com. Promo code IHEART for an extra $50 off.
When it comes to playtime, never let your squad down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Push your gameplay beyond performance with 13th Gen Intel Core processors. Upgrade to smooth, high-quality streaming with Intel Wi-Fi 6E. And maximize game performance with enhanced overclocking. Win the tech search and head to Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
Clap.
That was animated over there again. What the hell's going on in the breaks?
Oh, we're talking White Lotus and
White Lotus.
theories
So
and
good.
whatnot.
And then, have you seen Temptation Island, Hogs Daddy?
No, haven't seen that one.
New show. Listen to this premise. So it's 4 couples.
Check.
Right. 4 couples go to an island.
Okay.
And the 4 guys get separated, 4 girls get separated.
Okay.
And it's right before all of them are supposed to get engaged. They're right at that point.
Oh, goodness.
And it's called Temptation Island. And there's 12 of the opposite sex. And I'm not kidding.
What?
The hottest people I've ever seen in my entire life. Just 12s. And like their intros are like,
Come again?
the sexy, like, remember like the MTV shows that used to say like just raunchy stuff for no reason? It's stuff like that. Like that's what they do. And the whole premise of the show is to see if you're going to stay loyal to your boyfriend or girlfriend.
What?
And like they get put in like the most sexy situations. Like, okay, go lay in bed overlooking the sunset and be 0.4 from drinking all day.
Right.
What do you think? You're not gonna? And they're not. It's just,
no, that guy peed.
it's almost embarrassing that it's even a show. But
Man, that's not the show where they drop the glass ball or whatever, is it? Like if they're about to get engaged and... Okay, maybe not. I don't know. Man, I get so confused, but there's so many different
there's so
shows.
many. But yeah, no, this one's crazy.
I started watching Trader.
Oh, I've heard it's fantastic.
I've heard it's great. I've
It's
heard
really
great.
good.
Traders.
You know the thing that drives me the craziest about it, and
What?
maybe this is because I'm an old man. Definitely because I'm an old man. I'll admit it. Like every one of the contestants, you guys probably know this, are reality show stars, and they act like they are
Brad Pitt.
Sean Connery, Brad Pitt, and Morgan Fairchild, right?
Yeah, same category. Sure.
I have no idea who these people are. None of them. I knew one of them, this guy Tom, who was on.
Oh, Scandival.
Yeah, that guy. I knew that guy. The rest of them I had no. And they talk to each other like they reveal like who's on the island with them, and they're like, "Oh my God, Bob the Builder's here." Like, who the hell are you?
Brilliant.
They all like they all think they're huge super, and maybe they are. Maybe I'm the one missing the boat. But that Alan
Coming?
Yeah.
Whoa. What's that? That's his last name.
Solo. He's really great, and the concept is really, really good.
Nightcrawler.
I just wish they all when they say because when they kill, like you kill one of the guys, I wish they really had to die.
To that point,
Take it up a notch.
like if Seth saw Paige DeSorbo, right? She's from Summer House. She's like this big.
Summer House is hideous.
Summer House, fantastic.
It's the worst show on TV. It's terrible.
It's so good.
Suck.
Great guy.
No, terrible.
No, he's the best guy on there.
That show's
he's
terrible.
a DJ now too.
But boy,
no. To that point, like Sess, if she saw Paige DeSorbo, I think she'd pick to see Paige DeSorbo over 99% of actors and actresses. And I'm not kidding. Like
she's
that's
the
how.
Giggly Squad.
Is
Lady.
that a guy? That's a girl?
It's a girl.
Oh, wow.
But like that's how big a deal these reality shows get. It's just insane. Everyone's obsessed with them, especially like Sess and all their friends. Like that's all they care about.
Weird.
Okay,
Very weird.
regardless of that. Hi, guys. Good morning.
Hi, buddy.
Morning.
I have heard recently that this Trader Show is must watch.
It is.
It's
It's
so
very
good.
It is very good.
It's very good.
I'm really enjoying it.
And every episode has you really guessing like what really is going on, which is great. Like Cora, I think you'd love a show like that.
That's what I've heard.
Because you have
I'll
to
check
use
it
your
out.
brain. You know, you have to kind of figure out. It is like a little bit of a game of Clue every single
Gibbs
episode.
Clue.
No, that's exactly what it is. It's like living Clue.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
But to your point, Hawk, I kind of wish it was like Hunger Games where people died.
Yeah, I really don't. I kid you not. These people are intolerable. They, it's like this guy. Oh man, he was incredible on Survivor. This guy was the killer on The Bachelor. Like, who cares?
The only one that I think. So I saw like a little vignette of all the contestants, and there's a girl named Dorinda, and she's on one of the Housewives.
Yeah, she's.
That's the only one that I saw the face and name. Like, oh, I know her.
Yeah,
I don't know anybody else.
Somebody's brother, like a big time actor, is on there, and he's not like a reality. I'm blah blah's brother, and you're like, oh, that's
like
Frank
Dom
Stallone.
yeah, it's like that. Only I think it's the kid from Hunger Games. The guy who paints himself into the rock. I think
Corey loved that.
Oh,
maybe it's his brother.
Oh, don't tell me you know who this kid is.
his name is Josh Hutcherson.
Okay, it's not him.
His brother?
It's not him. It's somebody famous. His little
Family member? Just a black friend.
No, like a literal brother.
Biological brother.
Yeah, right. Dang it, I can't remember. I'll look it up. I should look it up. But yeah, no, the concept of the show is great. And apparently it's not the first season of it. Apparently they've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, I guess it's great.
Is it Dylan Efron?
That's it. Zac Efron's
Zac
brother.
Efron.
Yeah.
okay.
And he's better looking than Zach. Good looking kid. And he's the
That's
only normal
debatable.
one on there.
Zacco.
He's the only normal one on there. Because he's not a reality star. He doesn't think he's a giant star. He knows he's his star's brother. So I think that's why I like him better than the rest of them.
But like that's how like Ariana Grande's brother, like he was on a show and like he became really famous on that show.
Really?
But yeah, I dig it. I'm into all the reality shows. It's like, did you guys watch Jersey Shore when Jersey Shore was Jersey Shore?
Oh, yeah.
That's first
few episodes.
That
was
shaped
amazing.
Max and I's generation. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, that was
Every person you talk to,
that makes
must
sense.
watch Thursday.
Yeah, for sure. Like I remember physically sprinting home with my best friend to watch it so we could get home on
We
time.
went
Like
to the
it was
Buckle to get all that stuff. Wear
Dude,
all Hogs Daddy shirts. We wear all those.
Absolutely was there when you were there, I bet.
100%. And
the
we
Ed
have
Hardy
Thursdays.
stuff.
I wonder if you guys ever grabbed the same Affliction shirt at the same time and tried to like rip it out of
And
each
then
other's
lean
hands
in.
to buy it.
Then we made out, and then we bought
Your
it.
mic's on. Your mic's on.
We'll do what really matters after this. Ben Lieber is here. Tommy Olson is here. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Meet Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal service. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. Their chefs handle the shopping and chopping, delivering fresh, fully cooked meals to your door. All you have to do is heat and enjoy. Choose from 40 weekly options across 8 dietary preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. And if you're looking to lose weight, Factor's keto meals can help you lose up to 8 pounds in 8 weeks. Savor nutritious premium meals no matter how busy life gets. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factor50off and use code factor50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Weight loss with Factor Keto based on a randomized controlled clinical trial. Results will vary depending on diet and exercise.
PayPal lets you pay all your pals, like your graduation gifters.
Who's paying for the mattress topper?
You mean the beanbag chair?
Aren't we getting a mini fridge?
Can we create a pool on PayPal? It lets us collect the money before we buy.
Ooh, yes, that's smart.
Glad we can agree on something.
Easily pool, split, and send money with PayPal. Get started in the PayPal app. A PayPal account is required to send and receive money. A balance account is required to create a pool.
Struggling to get out of bed? It might be time for an upgrade. Lisa makes exceptionally comfortable mattresses designed for every body and budget. But what truly sets them apart is their commitment to giving back. Since 2015, they've donated over 41,000 mattresses nationwide. Elevate your sleep and your space with Lisa. Go to lisa.com for 20% off their award-winning mattresses, plus an extra $50 off with promo code IHEART. That's LEESA.com. Promo code IHEART for an extra $50 off.
When it comes to playtime, never let your squad down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Push your gameplay beyond performance with 13th Gen Intel Core processors. Upgrade to smooth, high-quality streaming with Intel Wi-Fi 6E. And maximize game performance with enhanced overclocking. Win the tech search and head to Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
6:38. Here we are. We're all together like a little family in here. Ben's here and Thomas is there.
Hey, Hogs.
Hi, buddy boy.
Hogs Daddy, did you do Core vs. 4?
I will if they need me to.
I think we should all do it.
Yeah, I'm in. I heard you guys talking about it, and I'm like, I should have said something on Monday, but...
Right? Want to do it today? Can we do it today?
Of course, yeah.
You're not worried about
haven't started.
North Carolina or Alabama State making a run?
No. As long as you make the choices before 11:15 this morning, we're all good.
I'm ready to roll. Do you got time right now, or are we hopping into something?
Let's do what really matters, but when we get to basketball, feel free to fire it away so Power Trip Bets can keep track of it.
I love it.
He passed away.
All right, what really matters is scores and stats around the world of sports. In between, Chris will change your life with something more important and way more interesting.
That's what really matters, right?
We'll start with wild news presented by Catalyst and CatalystSupplyCo.com. Boost your build with Catalyst. Thanks, Catalyst.
Thank you, Catalyst.
Kraken got their butts kicked by the Minnesota Wild. 4-rip. And again, the Wild scored 3 goals in the first 4 minutes and 29 seconds of the game. Boldy for the game, 2 goals, including an empty netter, I believe it was. I think it was an empty netter at the end. 22 and 23 on the year for Matt Boldy. Somebody double check. That might not be right. The empty netter part. Doesn't matter. Gus Bus, though, 34 saves and his 5th shutout of the season. The Wild host Buffalo Saturday at 1. I assume right here on the Fan. It'd be nice if Chad sent out a schedule so I would know that, but whatever.
Don't you delete it?
Whoopsies. What really matters is this.
All right, I'm even more intrigued now by Walter Goggins' penis.
Whoa.
Heard that, brother.
Shh. Why? What's the latest news?
Let me be very clear. That is not my penis.
It's a prosthetic.
My penis looks nothing like that whatsoever, says Walt. By the way, his name is Walton.
Oh.
Walton Goggins. Did you know that?
Wait. I don't remember seeing full frontal of Walter or Walton.
He's talking about a different show.
He's talking about a different show.
Righteous Gemstones.
Not White Lotus.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'll show it to you in a minute. But I'm just amazed that isn't really it, because he's standing there the whole time. How is that a prosthetic?
So one has to assume it's smaller because you have to tuck it into something, right?
Probably the prosthetic.
God, I want whatever he's wearing. I want that.
I mean, no guy's going to want it to be smaller.
I will wear that every day.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're just saying you would never have a prosthetic put on that's smaller than your real one.
Right. So he's admitting that he has a smaller penis than portrayed.
Tommy. Oh, you missed it.
No, it'll be back.
No, he had it.
By the way, this show is awesome.
He had it frozen when I walked in.
You're going to derail Tommy.
Hold on. Come on, get down there. Screen.
All right, get.
I don't know why it's doesn't do that. What's going on?
Oh, that kind of looks like you in Greece.
Oh, yeah, you're right. How is that a prosthetic?
Kind of hangs kind of gross, to be honest.
Okay.
You don't care.
Tommy doesn't care.
No.
You are the expert.
I would love to have that prosthetic. I would wear it every day.
Yeah.
I wonder how hard they are to order.
On my chin.
Hard to order?
Yeah.
I mean,
hard to order.
I don't know if they have those on Amazon, but Tex must. I'm sure they have him at the Lions Den in Owatonna.
I saw a different. Do you know how Hogs Day? What did you buy? Remember that chin thing?
The Chindo.
The Chindo, yeah, it's still in there. Still over there.
I gotta talk to you off air.
Why, you want to borrow it?
Do you use one?
No. I think there's a good area for that. I see the purpose of it, but like, what?
No,
we all know there's only one purpose for it.
I know, but I think
it's not a Cracker Barrel.
Right.
There's one reason.
I'm
for
trying
it.
to say the other thing I saw at the store. It's
at what store?
The swag store, whatever you call it.
Swag store.
You know
I
what?
saw it on Twitter and I looked this up.
Maybe we save this for off the air.
Yeah, maybe we do.
Yeah, let's. Why don't you run it by us off there and see what happens?
You don't need them blowing up.
Maybe we wait. Maybe we wait on this.
Maybe we take a deep breath.
Benjamin.
Yeah.
Alabama. Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe ran a 4.37 at his pro day.
Damn.
God.
And, sometimes if you're super athletic and not super accurate, then you get asked this question at some point. But during the scouting combine, I guess Jalen Milroe was asked, would you ever think about switching positions when you get to the pros? I kind of love this. Jalen Milroe said, quote, "You never ask a zebra to be a dog."
Brilliant. Yeah.
Man, I hope that was off the top of his head because I love that.
That's a great line.
I want that guy on this
Never
team.
ask a zebra to be a dog. So he wants to play quarterback. 4.37.
I say you let him play quarterback.
Do you think he can play at the pro level, though, from what you've seen? Is he a guy that can play?
I think he can play a little bit.
Because I think Mel Kiper, if I saw, you would know better than me. I think I saw he's 7th on Kiper's quarterback big board. I think that's accurate. By the way, how about a lot of people now have Jackson Dart in the top 10?
Dude, Jackson Dart's
a stud.
I thought you said he sucked like a week ago.
Swagger.
Was that me?
Yeah, you said he was like, Jackson Dart sucks.
I don't think I said that.
Almost positive. Somebody looked that up.
I don't think I said that.
Pretty sure you did, because we talked about like how Cam Ward and Shadur Sanders might be first rounders, and like Jackson Dart should be like third round.
No, I'm pretty sure I said Jackson Dart is better than Shadur. I don't think I've said.
I think you said that.
Yeah, I don't think I watched him in his pro. I think he's great. I may have said that. I say a lot of things, but I don't think I said that.
I think you like Dart, or is that
somebody with more spare time than me, or that remembers when Sauce may have said that? Go back like a week ago. I thought you ripped the hell out of Jackson Dart like a week
Dart's
ago.
Overrated.
Oh, that makes more sense. Anyway, so you think Dart's good, and you think Milroe's worth a flyer?
I think Dart is better than. I think he's as good as the other two quarterbacks. I actually think that if those other two quarterbacks are first round grades, I think that he should be a first round grade.
Do you think the other two are worth first round grades?
I mean, in this draft, yes.
They have to be, right?
Yeah, in this draft, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have been last year.
Well, wasn't the Kenny Pickett year, like he was the first quarterback off the board and it was like pick 19 or 20?
Yeah.
That seems right.
He was the only quarterback taken in the first round.
That's super strange, right? To have. And he's not that good, obviously, he was even slipping that year.
Yeah.
Man, it's pretty rare when you have a class of just nobody that looks like they're going to be game changers. We don't know about this year because Cam Ward and Shadur Sanders could be.
Yeah.
Maybe Jackson Dart is. I have no idea, but there doesn't seem to be a consensus like, oh, this is a no-brainer. This is, a Caleb Williams kind of a lock at number one.
I think you asked me this on Monday, but the reason that the quarterback class isn't that good is because Carson Beck was terrible at Georgia, and Quinn Ewers was really bad at Texas.
He was streaky though.
Yeah, I mean he's Mel's
when
ninth
he was good,
guy.
He was good.
I know that's the thing. When he was on, it's like, man, I can see why this guy is getting all this hype. And then there's other games that are like, get him out of there. Oh, they're really a pitcher.
Is he coming out? Quinn Ewers?
Yeah.
So it's Arch's
on
time.
Friday. I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 8:40.
What really matters though is this.
George Clooney hung a photo of himself as Batman in his office as a reminder of what can happen when you make movies solely for the money.
Ooh.
That's self-awareness.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's hard, man. Can you imagine, though, being asked by any one of those big franchises to play that part? Like, how do you turn that down?
Yeah, exactly. And you didn't know it was going to be bad, I got to believe you. I mean, everybody was involved in the first one, was involved in this one.
Yeah.
And, again, speaking of Smartless, when you hear all these actors and actresses talk about jobs that they missed on or passed on or movies that
Wait, they actually let the people talk?
Once in a while, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben. I said the same thing in the first segment
You're
this
not
morning.
wrong. I just like it more than you guys do.
I was trying to listen to the interview with John Mulaney. I'm like, would you guys shut up, please?
Go on.
Look at me being critical of the superstars.
What was I saying now? I honestly just lost my train of thought. Hang on a second there. What were we talking about?
No, we're just talking about like actors
turning down
in the
roles.
roles and all that stuff.
Yeah, and I think I've heard about 20 actors on SmartList basically say, when you read a script and you're like, this is good, that's all you can do is be like, yeah, this material is absolutely worth doing. I want to do this. Whether or not the director executes it or the rest of the team executes it, there's so many moving parts. All you can do is say, I believe in the material. I think this is going to work. Whether it works or not, even the guys from Severance, right? Ben Stiller in the last couple of weeks has been like, I thought it was going to be super good. It looked like it was going to be worth taking a shot, but you don't even know until it's out whether or not it sticks. So maybe Clooney thought, hey, Batman is unbelievable. It worked for Keaton. Why can't it work for me? I can do this. And then it was just his was arguably the worst. It was so bad.
I don't think I've seen it.
The script was terrible.
So bad.
The acting was Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. Have you
just
seen,
brutal.
Have you seen Chalamet, what like Leo's best advice he ever gave him? It recently came I saw it on Instagram. Timothy Chalamet said that Leo gave him advice, never be a superhero for all your acting career. So,
why? Just because you sort of pigeonhole yourself into that role?
I mean, he said there's more negative that can come out.
Robert Downey Jr. would beg to differ.
Right.
Yeah, maybe
majority.
but he was also kind of resurrecting his career, wasn't he?
True. That's made him close.
prison,
I bet that's made him close to $500 million.
Well, and he's
not more.
fantastic.
He's fantastic at it.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Hemsworth would complain.
But that's also. But that's also
I'm not friends with him.
I know. I'm just saying. Yeah.
But that's also Downey having self-awareness that his sarcasm and his delivery. He's not really acting.
Yeah.
He's just like maybe a little bit of a little different than his normal personality. So I think when he was asked to do that role, it was like, okay, I'm going to do it in this way. They're like, yeah, perfect. Like, okay, well, cool. This is like kind of who I am anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
Speaking of movie stuff, you should ask this to Mr. Z. There's a new Hawaiian mafia movie coming out that Scorsese's directed.
Yeah, with The Rock.
With The Rock and Leo.
Yeah.
It's going to be sweet.
I don't know what it is, what it's about, anything, but thought it was topical.
Brilliant.
I liked it. Thank you for the drop in.
It's your favorite guy, The Rock.
So my turn or your turn, Chris?
My turn.
What really matters is this.
Andrew Lloyd Webber was so emotionally damaged after seeing the 2019 adaptation of his musical Cats that he bought himself a dog.
He said not only bleep the movie Cats, but bleep the animal cat.
I'm done with it.
One of the worst movies of all time. Bed made me watch it, and I rented it. And it was $20 that I will never get back, and 2 hours of my life I will never get back.
Awful.
It's
Worst you've ever seen?
It's in the conversation for the worst 2 hours of entertainment I've ever had to put up with. It's unwatchable. And it's immediate. Like in the first 3 minutes, I'm like, oh boy.
I turned it off. I made it maybe 5 minutes. I'm like, I can't do that.
It is an F minus.
Truly, what's it about? Like, is it like a
bunch of cats singing.
Is it? Are they supposed to be cats? Like, do you have to? Does your mind have to go there?
Oh yeah, they're
Taylor
cats.
Swift's a cat.
Yes, Taylor Swift is a cat.
That's so weird.
It's a 0 out of 100.
I feel like you and Seth need to watch this just for a review.
Okay, I got a feeling I might like it if Taylor Swift's in it.
I don't even think Taylor Swift likes that she was in that movie.
Is it like Aristocats? Remember that movie? Fantastic film.
Well, that was an animated movie about
animated,
cats.
right?
Sure.
Yeah. So is it like that?
Movie? I've seen that movie once. I've seen it once. It's 1,000 times better than this.
Is it like Garfield?
So they're real people, and your mind has to go that they're cats.
No, I mean they're real people, but they are 100% dressed up in real
with whiskers.
Yeah, real.
The whole bit.
We talked about it for a long time because was it Jason Derulo's penis had to be like.
Oh yeah, he has a hammer.
Well, but also, do you remember?
Of course,
remember there was a digital. Wasn't there a digital controversy about whether or not they were going to show the cats' anuses?
Yeah, something
that was
like
an
that.
actual conversation. Yes,
think they had to edit them out.
Actual conversation.
2020 was a weird year.
What's it on Rotten Tomatoes?
I think that was the original part of the plan, and then it came out and they're like, no, we can't do that.
No, we got to get rid of the anuses.
Yeah. Like they tried to make it that realistic.
I don't. For what?
Because they're cats.
Why'd you say it like that?
19%.
Because
that is so generous.
It's called cats.
I bet I could find 50 movies on Rotten Tomatoes that I love that are lower than 19. You said 19%?
Yes, sir.
I bet I could find 50 movies that I think are
50,
pretty good.
That's a lot.
That are better than this.
It's that bad.
It's that bad.
You're that convinced it's that bad.
It's a 0 out of 100. It's unwatchable.
Yeah, I
it's
actually
a 0.
can't believe it's that high on Rotten Tomatoes.
Even Wikipedia says in the last sentence of its synopsis, this film is considered to be one of the worst films in history.
And it is.
Would you rather read a book?
100%.
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather read a book about how you digitally erase cats' anuses and learn how to do that. Speaking of cats' anuses, I don't quite understand this. Quarterback season 2 comes out this July.
Yeah.
Why are they running it back with Cousins?
I don't know.
So
to watch him get benched?
Is he like the White Lotus crossover character? I don't understand it. Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, and Kirk Cousins.
Maybe they just thought his storyline going from Minnesota to Atlanta was just like way more compelling than any other quarterback out there.
Yeah, you can't change who you chose. You've already filmed the whole season.
Yeah. Does he have a production company that's part of it? I know Mahomes and but does he have cash in it?
But
I'll be freaking fascinated.
Well, he's a hell of a businessman. Maybe he just wants some money.
Can you imagine watching what he's going to go through?
Yeah. It'll be great. I'll watch it.
But like you said, you don't know that when you agree to it. You think he's going to be the starting quarterback of Atlanta. My question is, before now you could look back and go like, wow, that process is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But beforehand, who at Netflix or the production company said, yeah, we need more of Kirk? Right? When you have Joe Burrow and Jared Goff, there are so... could they not get another quarterback that's worthy to agree to do this?
That's the thing. I bet you it'd be... There's a lot... What did you say?
Put your hands down. With stars in your eyes.
No, I know. Two things.
Calm down.
He's a good-looking cold water or something.
He's a good-looking guy, but you can...
Do you need a cigarette?
I'm not kidding. There's one... He's the number one quarterback I'd want to play for. Dog. I feel like he gets along
play
with
for?
Play with. Play along.
Now we're going down the right road. Play what? Football?
Yes.
Okay.
You'd love to be a center?
Man, I just set myself up for failure. I can't even talk anymore. But no, I think I love him. He has the most moxie, I think, in the NFL. He's the guy.
Jonathan.
I mean, there just were so many good options. I don't know why they ran it back with Kirk.
I just don't think a lot of people want to do it, though.
Maybe not.
Yeah. It's like the one bit that they
Hard
can't
Knocks.
find. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Hard Knocks.
It's genius.
Well, the offseason bit is dead because the Giants screwed it up so bad in season 1. The Saquon thing epically failed. Like, they looked like idiots, and I think every other front office is like, we should not show how incompetent we are.
And then
let's not do that.
The GM's kids are basically like, draft anybody but who you're drafting. They were like, take so-and-so. And he's like, nah, we'll just stick
Didn't
at 5.
one of his kids say, like, take Malik Neighbors?
Yeah.
I think one of them did.
But then one was like, take, who's the commander?
They were talking about, Jaden Daniels.
Take McCarthy. Yeah. Now here we are, 2 quarterback draft, and they have the 3rd pick.
What really matters, though, is this.
Oh, yeah. Boxing legend Evander Holyfield lost almost every cent of his estimated $200 million he made in his career.
Man.
As of 2019, he earned $106,000 a month through personal appearances, but he was still broke trying to pay off all his debt. And I say, hi.
Which is one of the reasons Gerdsey and I got to meet him on Radio Row, because he was a part of a barbecue sauce company, and he seemed to have almost no knowledge of how he got involved.
That sucks.
He must have been honestly looking for any dollar he could make if he had lost it all, but he seemed confused and pretty desperate.
Do we know how he got there, or not really?
I don't know. Like how he lost all that money
or something.
I don't know.
Bad business deals.
Yeah, it happens to a lot of boxers specifically.
Man.
Didn't he pass on the Foreman grill too? Is that the guy, or was it somebody else?
I'm sure he could still buy one.
Yeah.
And
I thought they came to him with the idea, and he said no.
And didn't he donate just some ungodly amount of money to his church? I think the church
you are
sucked
correct.
a bunch of money away from him too. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, he donated to a group called the Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah.
Twin season openers 1 week from today.
Okay.
They are at St. Louis next Thursday at 3:15. The first 6 games of the season for the Twins are on the road, 3 against St. Louis and then 3 at the Chicago White Sox. Home opener 2 weeks from today, Thursday, April 3rd against the Houston Astros. What really matters, though, is this.
Man, it's baseball season. Let's go.
Jeffers, by the way, again at 8:40 today.
Dude.
8:40.
Hey, Hogs.
Yeah.
Can I read something quick about Evander Holyfield?
Yeah.
In June 2008, a legal notice was placed by a Washington Mutual Bank stating that Holyfield's $10 million, 54,000 square foot home, 109 rooms, 17 bathrooms, would be auctioned off on July 1st of 2008 due to foreclosure.
54 bathrooms?
54,000 square feet, 109 rooms, 17 bathrooms.
My God.
Rick Ross bought it.
Dog.
Of course.
Yeah. What a great guy.
Yeah, it says frivolous spending, multiple failed business ventures, constant child support payments, and his 3 divorces, among other things.
Ouch, that's the divorces. That'll get you.
That'll get you. Unless you're throwing constant parties. My guess is you have 1 bathroom you shower in and get ready in, 17 bathrooms. I bet about 15 of them are wasted.
Yeah.
Right. Or
Unfortunately, that's the thing. Unfortunately, some of these situations, like they're buying these homes for their whole family to live in.
And crew. All their friends probably, too.
The Motley Crew?
No. God, I hope
Vince
not.
probably needs a place to crash.
Need a bigger kitchen.
Yeah.
Where was it? Miami?
I think it was
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I had not listened to
Boy,
one
you did
thing.
not listen to one
I
damn
deserve
thing,
that.
did you, Tom?
I deserve that. I deserve that.
Core, can we do the 4 or is that next segment?
No, go ahead.
We better do it next segment at
Okay.
6:59.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I need to look at the brackets again.
Yeah. Take your time. Why not? It's just gambling. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you want to bet on Montana
It's what
today?
Evander said.
I might. Yeah, it's what Evander said.
Montana versus Scotty?
Evander said, sure, let's get married. Why not?
I'll take Montana. Oh, no, you want.
I'm taking Montana.
I'll take Wisconsin minus 16.5.
Actually?
Yeah.
Done. Book it. 100.
Wait, am I missing something?
No, I just hate Wisconsin.
All right, I'm in. $100 in.
Stop.
Don't kiss my hand.
The news is next. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Have you seen TGL presented by SoFi? It's golf's newest league. I got to see the debut of this. It was wild. It's so much fun. 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line golf with 24 of the best players from the PGA Tour. They're split into 6 teams: Atlanta, Boston, Jupiter, LA, New York, and the Bay. And it's not your average Sunday pickup game. Tune in every week for TGL matches only on ESPN. Tune in to TGL Monday night only on ESPN. Claim your seat for the first season of TGL now. Keep up. It's golf.
PayPal lets you pay all your pals, like your graduation gifters.
Who's paying for the mattress topper?
You mean the beanbag chair?
Aren't we getting a mini fridge?
Can we create a pool on PayPal? It lets us collect the money before we buy.
Ooh, yes, that's smart.
Glad we can agree on something.
Easily pool, split, and send money with PayPal. Get started in the PayPal app. A PayPal account is required to send and receive money. A balance account is required to create a pool.
Struggling to get out of bed? It might be time for an upgrade. Lisa makes exceptionally comfortable mattresses designed for every body and budget. But what truly sets them apart is their commitment to giving back. Since 2015, they've donated over 41,000 mattresses nationwide. Elevate your sleep in your space with Lisa. Go to lisa.com for 20% off their award-winning mattresses, plus an extra $50 off with promo code IHEART. That's LEESA.com. Promo code IHEART for an extra $50 off.
When it comes to playtime, never let your squad down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Push your gameplay beyond performance with 13th Gen Intel Core processors. Upgrade to smooth, high-quality streaming with Intel Wi-Fi 6E. And maximize game performance with enhanced overclocking. Win the tech search and head to Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.